this question we are looking at parallel lines, and again it's really important that you're able to identify that right away. They're parallel because of these little arrows, and what I'm looking at then is this as a transversal line, and when we have that scenario we have that this angle here must equal to that angle because they're corresponding angles. And now I've got this triangle, and in the triangle I've got 48 plus 7a plus 4a, and I know that when I add all of those together, because it's a triangle, it has to equal to 180. When I add this up, I'm going to get 48 plus 11a is equal to 180. I'm going to take away 48 and I'm going to have 11a is equal to 180 minus 48. And that's going to give me 132. And if I divide that by 11, I get that a is equal to 12. So that one wasn't too complicated, but not a lot of people got that. So go back again, I used the idea that they're parallel lines. If they're parallel lines and there's a transversal line going through it, that line down there, then those two are considered to be corresponding angles. Then in the next one it says given that x w is equal to 20 and xy is equal to 70 and zy is equal to 63, calculate zu. There's some similar triangles going on with this question. We could use those. So I'm just going to give these all a colour. So xw is equal to 20. So this part here is equal to 20. I know that x to y the whole way then is going to be this, and then this part down here as well, that is going to be 70. So that tells me also that this part here must be 50. I know zy is equal to 63, so z to y is 63. That green line there. And then I'm asked to calculate z to u, which is this section inside here. And really, it's a little bit of a tricky question, but really, I just need to look at the two triangles that I'm dealing with. So I've got this one with the big green line coming down here, and I've got the pink line going the whole way across, and then I've got this guy here. I'll give him a different colour because I'm going to use yellow in the next triangle. And then I know that that pink line, the whole way across, the pink line was 70. And I'm going to have that the green line was 63. And I don't know what that blue line is, but I'm not actually going to need it. I'm going to give this one, actually, I'm going to give that one 50. So I'm going to have 50 across here. And how did I work out 50? Well, that yellow part was 20, so that must be 50 because the whole thing is 70. I have the need to find out what this part of the green line is. So I don't want all of the green line that I had before. I just want this kind of section of it. So I'm going to give it another kind of colour, if we can see that inside there. This section. I'm now drawing out that, and then I'm going to give myself this purple line down here. So they're similar triangles because that angle's the same to both. It's this guy in here. We just talked about why those were equal. And if two of the angles are equal, the third one is equal by default, right? Because all of the angles have to add up to 180, and you can work it out that the third one has to be the same as well. If they are similar triangles, which I've just shown you why they have the same angles, then the ratio of this side to this side has to be the same as the ratio this side to this side. So I'm going to do 70 over 50 because the ratio of that side has to be the same as this side over this side. You have to keep them the same. So it has to be the bigger one over the smaller one. Now I don't know what the smaller one is, I'm going to call it x. Now, what am I going to do next? I have to use my fraction rules. I'm going to multiply both sides by x to get rid of the x, and I'm also going to multiply both sides by 50. So I get 70x is equal to 63 by 50. And if I do that, I get 3150, and then I divide it by 70, and what I get now is 45. So x is equal to 45. So this little tiny piece here, well, this not tiny piece, but that's 45. Now I wasn't asked about that one, but it does allow me now to figure out the next piece. So let's give that last piece a colour. We'll go for this yellow. The whole thing was 63. I just figured out that this portion there to there was 45. So that little portion scribbled in yellow all the way up here is 63 minus 45, and I get 18. So it's equal to 18. And it was just about problem solving. So my biggest tip for all of geometry is draw out the shapes. Get colours, highlight them, and start thinking about what theorems might apply. So something that stood out immediately to me in this question was the parallel lines, and I was immediately thinking, right, what are the questions or the theorems that I have that involve parallel lines? And we got our corresponding lines, and away we go.